Belgium and Fahin Mega from Germany line up on the front row of the grid. Caught up briefly with Jaden Thien from the Netherlands, who is on the inside of row number 2. Alongside will be Latvia's Patrick Snols-Lokmelis. Simon Butch Christiansen and Milan Ritter make it an all-Danish row number 3 with Valentin Klus and Tommy van der Stroys from the Netherlands rounding out the top 4 rows. Turnschmidt and Magnus Pedersen, that is row number 5, completing the top 10. Then it's Dirk Jansen, Maurice Schmeis, Sam Bergstein, Max Knappen, the returning Dewey de Decker, Marius Roos from Denmark, David Outledner from Poland. Then we've got Nathan Schaap, Bruno Mulders, Sjors Peters, Jori Schoens, Enzo Bol, Kian Agasade from Germany, Lakeron Sorensen and Mikkel Garde Pedersen from Denmark round out the top 25. And completing the 28 strong is Gilles Chloé, Danny van Rooyen and Nick Gerhards from the Netherlands. Nick unfortunately did not set a lap time. Danny van Rooyen came under mechanical issues in qualifying yesterday afternoon. So 7 minutes set on the timer as things are about to really kick off here at Karting Genk, the home of champions. Sunshine definitely breaking its way onto the circuit here. So top 10, it's Martins, Mega, Thien, Lokmelis, Christensen, Ritter, Klus, van der Stroys, Schmidt and Pedersen. Now the anticipation builds. There's a couple of stragglers at the back of the formation as they now start making their way with Martins and Mega starting to control the pace. Mega will need to draw up alongside the 255 on the front row as they come to a crawl through turn 12. For the first time, we enter into the tram lines. The Rotax Roar returns to Karting Genk. We go lights out and we go racing, and someone has had a dreadful start, dropping quite a few places as it is 3 abreast going through turns 2, now into 3. They can use the runner for the first time, as at the minute someone has lost out big time. I'm not too sure who that might have been, as there's been someone going well off the track heading into turn number 5 as they go down the back straight away, heading into turn 7 for the first time. And there's some great battles up and down the order, all the way down towards the bottom part of the top 20 and even at the back part of the field, as Martins and Mega, it looks like, I think, have broken away. Thien, I believe that might be, is looking still in around 5th place, the youngster who was in Minimax last season in the BNL karting series, which is the case. He's actually behind Milan Ritter, who's overtaken the young Dutchman. So we come to complete lap number 1. So Martins leads, Mega in second, Lokmelis, Ritter and Thien round out the top 5. Tommy van der Stroys has been passed by Maurice Schmeis for 8th position on the first lap. Janssen up into 11th ahead of Valentin Klus. Nathan Schaap, David Outledner have all made up positional gains, as has Bruno Mulders and also Schoens in the 226. As we've got one kart forlorn on the exit off of turn 2. The drivers park the kart on the runoff area. As from 6th onwards, that is an absolutely humongous sprawl of around 7 karts, and one driver's put their hand in the air, and I'm just keeping an eye as they come through. That driver might be pulling that kart into the pit lane, and that is the 253 that has pulled into the pits, and that is Simon Butch Christiansen, who's now an early retiree. Chloé was the one that was parked on the exit of turn 2. And I've just seen that Nick Gerhards is still circulating apparently, or is that Nick there? That looks to be an SP Motorsport set of overalls and livery on the car, so that looks to be that Nick Gerhards, I think, is no longer taking any participation in this race. So we are now down to 25 competitors. Turnschmidt, Maurice Schmeis, Tommy van der Stroys have now been promoted up 1 place as a result of Christensen, unfortunately, coming all the way down from round about the top 5, as there's some great toing and throwing. Some people trying to throw the old Nigel Mansell dummy, but not quite pulling off the moves just yet. As Fahim Mega getting the head down, trying to close the gap on Martins for the lead of the race, and it's now down to just under 2/10 of a second. But Mega's right on the back bumper of the leader, going through turn 3, now into the left at 4, up to 5 before the hard braking zone. As Mega will again have the toe going down the back straight away. As there's a nice positional change there. That looks to be for 7th place. So I think Schmeiz has been pounced on by Tommy van der Stroys. Or has it been the other way round? Not quite sure. But we'll keep an eye on things as they proceed. So each driver will take part in 2 heats out of 3. As they're further back down the back part of the order towards the just outside the top 20 or the bottom part of the top 15. There's a great battle. I think I count about 9 karts in that battle so far. So the running order as another lap is completed. We've got around 3 minutes to go. Mega just under over 2/10 behind Thomas Martins from Belgium. Then it's Milan Ritter. And then we've got a great battle between Jaden Thien and Patrick Knowles Lochmelis for what is 4th and 5th on the road. And Thien is leading that at the minute. But Lochmelis looks to get into the slipstream. Just behind them is Turnschmidt. Tommy van der Stroys up into 7th ahead of Germany's Maurice Schmeiz. As Thien doing a great defensive job in 4th position at the minute. Hello, Jarvo Parviainen. I am looking at all the Facebook comments as well. Good to one of the administrators for the Team Finland group that definitely is making a good help in promoting the Rotax brand in their own special way. So good to hear from you, my friend. So Bergstein, outliner Van Reuten is well up the order. He's now up into 15th. He's got past Bruno Mulders. So we've had 3 confirmed retirements at the moment. Gilles Clouet from Belgium, Nick Gerhards from the Netherlands, and Simon Birch Christensen, the biggest casualty of all, having been in the top 5 as there's more changes for position. Oh, this is getting very, very interesting indeed as there's plenty of action up and down the order. So Danny Van Ruyten's got past Bergstein for 13th. Van Ruyten on the move. As the lead has changed, and it is now in the hands of Fahim Mega from Germany, 2018 Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals Minimax champion. He's had a bit of a difficult 2019, but looks to get back on the best foot possible. Ritter at the minute is actually faster than Martins and was faster by over 0.3 of a second last time around, as Mega extends the gap now to 0.2 over Martins. But Martins looking very, very feisty indeed as they break into turn 2. But Mega has the measure of the Belgian at the minute. Ritter, Thien, Lochmelis, Tommy van der Stroys up into P6 now. Ahead of Maurice Schmeiz, who's got past Turnschmidt for 7th place. Magnus Pettersson and Valentin Klus also round out the top 10. Then it's Janssen, Knappen, Van Hoyten, Mulders past Bergstein for 14th. Schaap past Outleitner for 16th. Doide Decker up to 18th ahead of Schoens. Enzo Boll rounding out the top 20 at the minute. The top 20 separated by just under 13.5 seconds from front Nassau plate to rear bumper. But there's still a lot of stability in what's happening as we go into the last 20 seconds of this race. As there has been a mechanical black flag shown. I think, is that the 271 of Bruno Mulders? That might be the case. So Bruno Mulders will have to park that. That will bring his that'll bring his run in 14th to an abrupt end. So the timer is now expired. We are on the penultimate lap. Leaders now coming through turn 7 as Martins really hot on the heels of Fahim Mega for the victory. Looks like Milan Ritter, who's having a very steady drive, all on his Todd in 3rd place. And then Jaden Thien still coming under pressure for what is now 4th place. And with him is the Netherlands' very own Tommy van der Stroys in the 254, Now this youngster, who was last year's BNL Karting Series Micromax champion, now jumping up 2 classes, and he's got the toe. He's gone up the inside of Thien to take 4th place. Nicely done from the young Dutchman. And a little bit further back, there's some great battles all the way up and down the order. Bergstein and Schaap de Decker. Bruno Mulders has parked it, so that's a real shame from the 271 from the Netherlands. So we're coming down to the final salvo of action, as there's some great battling, I think, towards the back part of the field. Actually, the last trio thereof, which would be Peters, Pedersen and Ron Sorensen, and just up ahead of them will be the likes of Enzo Boll, Schoens and Marcus Roos as well. So leaders now coming through, checkered flag, being prepared and winning the first race for the 2020 BNL kickoff is Germany's Farin Mega by literally half a kart length from Thomas Martens, who closes the gap to just over 1/10 of a second at the end of the race. Milan Ritter takes 3rd position ahead of Tommy van der Stroys from the Netherlands. Jaden Thien makes it another young Dutchman in the top 5 ahead of Latvia's Patrick Nols Lokmelis. Morris Schmeis in 7th ahead of Tern Schmidt. Magnus Pedersen and Valentin Klus rounding out the top 10. Rounding out the order, it was Drek Jansen, Max Knappen, Danny van Reuten, Sam Bergstein. We had Nathan Schaap from the Netherlands rounding out the top 15. Doy de Decker down in 16th ahead of David Outleitner from Poland. Marius Roos from Denmark in 18th ahead of Germany's Kian Agasade from Jori Schoens from the Netherlands, who rounds out the top 20. Enzo Boll in 21st. Mikkel Gard Pedersen from Denmark and Larke Ron Sorensen, also from Denmark, round out the top 23. And Joris Peters from the Netherlands was the 24th classified finisher, with Bruno Mulders being given the mechanical black flag, having to pull into the pits with just 2 laps remaining, with Simon Birch Christensen, Nick Gerhards and Gilles Clouet unfortunately not finishing the race here.